Well, it has been a big week at FINXFLO. The company launched basically, and I was just talking to CEO James Gillingham about that 2 years of preparation, James, and you launched. So talk to me about that. What was that like, the launch, and I guess remind our viewers again what FINXFLO does.
Yeah, sure. So the launch went absolutely fantastically well. So I was really pleased with that, to be honest with you. Before I delve into exactly what FINXFLO does, I would just really like to say a big thank you to our community. Our community's done an amazing job. They've supported us pretty much since day one. So I'm very pleased and happy. We've been onboarding a lot of retail customers this past week. We've done fantastically well there. We've also just onboarded our first institutional client, BK Coin, which is a crypto hedge fund. Really pleased there. And we've got many more institutions that are also signing up. And then, of course, I'd really like to say an absolute huge thank you to all of the FINXFLO team globally around the world, whether you're based here in Singapore, Cyprus, Europe, or the US, Miami, or New York, because without those magnificent minds, none of this would even be possible.
Yeah, well, that's great. And I mean, you're right. I mean, it takes like a ton of people to pull this off, but you're leading it. So you must have been, an effective leader to be able to get this to be a smooth launch.
Yeah, I mean, look, I have to be extremely dynamic. We have to be able to push very hard, and obviously you have to be able to motivate a lot of people globally to make sure that we all come unified and be able to push things forward efficiently, effectively, and roll out on time. And that's something that we've been able to do as a team. Mm-hmm.
What's been some of the early feedback? I know it's just been a day or so, but what's been some of the early feedback you've gotten?
So the general feedback, to be honest with you, Jane, has been absolutely amazing. I mean, like, people love the UI, they love the UX. We've got the multi-screen charting, but then there's been a lot of people that have also been looking at the aggregated order book. So we actually have an inverted spread. So anybody that actually looks at inverted spreads, it means that the price that you're buying, you can actually buy and sell at the same time and make money from it instantly. So it's basically a negative spread, which is nobody else in the world can actually offer that. So that's absolutely amazing. But there has been some other constructive feedback. So there's been some feedback with regards to trading pairs. So right now we only have Ethereum, Bitcoin, USDC, and T available. We are adding, after this feedback, we're adding another 11 alternative coins to be traded within the next week or so. And then we're going to be adding another 10, 15 every single week. There've also been feedback with regards to platform staking. So instantly we spoke to our blockchain developer, and he's now working on the staking contracts. So that's something that's also super important, to listen to the feedback of the people. And then obviously trading the FXF token. So our customers really want to be able to trade FXF against USDC, T, Ethereum, etc. That's something that we're also working on, and that's now on the roadmap, and that will be rolled out within the next couple of months.
Okay. Well, and I remember when we talked last time, you talked about, competitive price and the aggregation. Explain how that works.
Okay, great question. Yeah, so the aggregation, essentially we have created agreements with 20 of the world's top exchanges on CoinGecko, as well as 10 market-making OTC desks and the decentralized exchanges. So what we essentially do is that we consolidate them, we put them all into one essential league table, and then we will route your order through to the global best price from all of those prices that are aggregated. That's how we're able to offer the inverted pricing. And then of course, because we all come from the traditional world, we offer things like best execution, smart order routing, which essentially means that if you're trading much larger trades, then what we would do is, somebody wants to buy or sell, say 10 BTC, we will slice that up. We then slice that up into, say, child orders. Those child orders may be 1 BTC clips, and then it will go across multiple liquidity providers. So again, we are beating the rest of the market for price and execution. So it's something I'm very proud of.
Okay. Well, and you talked a little bit about adding various coins, things like that. Anything else on the roadmap that you think is exciting?
Yeah, so on our roadmap right now, we've just executed rebates. So the rebates have been rolled out. What that essentially means is that anybody trading much larger trading volumes will be receiving money back. So the more you trade, the more money that you receive back. And even for some of our much larger institutional clients, they will then be actually being paid to trade, which is pretty unbelievable for most people, but because they add so much to the ecosystem and because of our institutional relationships with those 20 exchanges and decentralized exchanges, it then means that we're able to offer those rebates where essentially you are reducing the cost of trade. We also have staking and yield farming. That's going to be rolled out in September, so that's also an amazing feature. And then, of course, if you're like me, Jane, you're super busy, you're running around from A to B, essentially you want to be able to trade on your cell phone. Mm-hmm. So that's also we're about to roll out our cell phone app on both Android and iOS. That's going to be available to all of our global customers, and you're going to be able to trade whilst on the go. Okay.
Well, and how can somebody get started on FINXFLO?
So very simply, if you look at my background, you see trade.finxflo.com. So simply by going to that URL, then signing up, you then go through KYC and AML. Then assuming that you're not a terrorist or on the wanted list, then you will be approved to trade. But I got a bit of a question for you here, Jane. When are you going to be signing up to get the global best price?
Well, I'm going to check it out. I do have some crypto, so maybe I'm going to start small though, so can learn about it. But congratulations, James. I mean, it's awesome to see you have such a smooth launch, and we've talked over the past several months and leading up to it. So it's great to see it kind of come to fruition.
Really good to see you again, Jane. Thank you so much.
Okay.